Hey guys, Frizzy Brony here, and we are back with another thoughts and summary of the episode. Now this is episode 6 of season 9, and I can't remember the title. Because, to be quite honest, this episode was rather forgettable. Not to say it's bad, just there was nothing of note in it. Several points of it made me rather heated, but we'll get to that in a little bit when we get to the episode itself. Now, it didn't go where I thought it was going to go, because right from the start we see it open up with one of those stereotypical, very cliche spinning things about buckball. It's in the papers, it's all over the place. And going off the success of what happened in the last season, it's Pinky, Fluttershy, and Snails, dominating the team leagues. And right now they're in Appaloosa. So, right off the bat, I thought it was setting it up to be a full-on sports episode featuring the team and a problem they would have with other rival teams. Now that was just my supposition going straight into the episode. However, we quickly find out that we're going to take a little bit of a divergent, and it's instead of going to follow Rainbow Dash.
Applejack was too busy to come, so she made me promise to go to all the museum exhibits and tell her about them. I'm going to try and get in first and beat the crowd so I can get back to the tournament fast.
Don't get me wrong, I like Rainbow Dash. When her episodes come around, usually they have something in it that makes them really good. Wonderbolts! But this time, it seems it's going to be more that we run into a certain returning individual.
God,
Quibble Pants?
Rainbow Dash, fancy meeting you here.
why him?
Torch Pony, of course I'd be here. What's
Oh, well.
fancy is...
Yes, we run into Quibble once again. I was really hoping it was going to be AK Yearling and find out that she is secretly a massive Buckball fan. But I suppose that she's had a few episodes and we need to go on with the whole Quibble Dash shipping. Although I guess that's kind of going to come to an end due to the big revelation that we find as we talk with Quibble.
Perfect timing. Rainbow Dash, I'd like you to meet Clear Sky,
Aw.
the most amazing pony I've ever met.
Okay.
You've met Daring Do, so that's probably an exaggeration. No offense.
Yes, we see that he's found himself a special sun pony that is not Rainbow Dash. All the ships immediately destroyed. Actually, that's not going to stop the Phantom, is it? But yeah, he's found himself a special sun pony. Although this is where the episode honestly did something that I could get behind. I was surprised they were going to go there, but I can get behind it. The fact that we're dealing with family relations.
And who is this?
This is my daughter, Windsprint.
And she is pretty amazing too.
Wait, what?
Wind, did you thank Quibble for camping out so we'd be first in line?
Thanks.
No
Wait,
problem.
ooh,
I probably would have done
ooh.
it anyway. I mean, I can't
Is
wait to
this-
see the evolution of the buck basket from
Is this
farm
going
to
where I
field.
think
That's-
it's going?
Just, I mean, oh, wow.
Oh, wow,
There is a
parenthood.
lot to see.
Now, this is where you're going to get a little bit of backstory on me. Because I myself come from a family where mother and father split, and I lived mainly with my mother. So going into this with them dealing with this kind of subject, I kind of don't want to relate with the kid. But at the same time, I can. Which is so funny all through this episode, because it just twigs on my heartstrings the relatability that this throws.
I'd rather see the game.
Oh, well, I mean, sure, that makes sense.
This
We
is going to
could
get
just go
awkward
to the
very
tournament
fast.
No, Quibble planned this whole thing for us, and you could be a little more appreciative.
Oh no, it is this. Oh jeez.
So we see that Quibble is trying to fit into a family dynamic and impress the daughter of his girlfriend, which is always something that is nice to see. A father figure that is actively trying to ingratiate himself. I'm not going to diss him for that. I am not going to say anything bad against him. However, he may have told the smallest of lies in that he was a sports fan, which we quickly find out he's absolutely not. In fact, he's quite the opposite.
I may have a little bit of an
Do you mean
emotional
golf
connection to
carts?
this episode.
Do I don't know. One thing's for sure, Wind is never gonna like a pony like me.
Of course she will. She just needs to see her sporty side.
I don't have a sporty side.
Every pony has a sporty side, and we're
No, they
gonna
don't.
find yours.
Now, Rainbow Dash immediately can twig onto this and know something's wrong, but she wants to help her friend. Or just majorly embarrass him. Or do both in the process, which she actually really does.
By the end of the day, I am gonna turn you into the sportiest pony in Equestria.
Oh, it's one of these episodes.
So, in trying to help him, she tries to find what his niche is, what kind of sport he would fit in with, and how to make him that little bit more savvy to the sporting world. Naturally, though, things aren't going to go according to plan. We're way too early in the episode for anything to go right.
What? Well, we need to get started on Operation Sportify ASAP.
I was so happy she was going to say Operation
To figure out
Sporticus.
what your sporty side is, we just need to see what your skills are. Every pony's
What
got some
sports do you like?
speed,
Gotta go fast.
strength,
Do you even lift, bro?
agility.
I got nothing.
Of course, some ponies can do it all.
You're amazing, but what about me?
So the trials begin to see what kind of sport he would be good at, and agility is not his thing, he falls flat on his face. But when it comes to the speed test, I am legitimately baffled by what happens.
On your marks, get set.
Speed. Speed.
I am lightning.
Speed, 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 speed.
They give no explanation. He flails and stays in the same place. Doesn't even move an inch. Doesn't even lower in the ground. If they did the whole thing that he had worn the ground away and gone down, I would have liked that. I would have been fine. That's the explanation. But the fact that nothing happened, I want to see the full body shot of what he was doing, because it just like he was there going, speed, speed. I'm sorry. I just don't get what that was.
Okay.
How the hell did he not move?
Oh, so much for speed.
How did he not move?
I've got to get back to work.
I am legitimately confused there.
So we move on from trying to learn sport, and instead we move on to something else, which is trying to gain favour through connection.
Oh, I've just been
don't-
arranging for us to hang out with a few of
I
my
don't know.
close friends from Team Ponyville. That is, Wynn's up for it.
Oh, that immediate change. Oh, blackmail and
This is
extortion.
wonderful, Q, but I still feel like you're trying too hard to get Wynn's approval.
This is so great. Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy are the best players out there.
So yeah, knowing someone who knows influential people, it's kind of a done deal. And Rainbow Dash, wanting to help her friend, sort of says, yeah, come on down, you can meet them. Although, doesn't really help the situation too much.
Quibble's a pony you like more and more over time.
Aw.
Knowing sports ponies isn't the same as being one. What's it like playing in front of all those fans?
This is going to be one of these episodes where it's just mainly just...
I guess you'll find out.
And the situation gets made even worse by the fact that they then have to play a buckball game where Quibble is absolutely distraught. And rightly so, because he's got no sporting talent. He shouldn't be doing it in the first place. But Rainbow Dash has kind of set it up, and the game will ensue. Naturally, it's rigged. In their favour. And they still manage to somehow lose.
Oh, that giggle.
And the fan team finally scores! For the other side. That makes me Team Ponyville win!
However, despite the fact that they seem to be losing, Quibble does, as his name suggests, he quibbles about the rules. Which is something I did have to get a giggle out of and joke about. By pulling out the Deus Ex book of, well, the almanac that he bought earlier. Which is something I did forget to mention. This book does play a crucial role through the episode. But it is kind of forgettable. Needless to say, we get this rule-breaking scene.
It says very
jeez.
clearly on page 647 of the expanded Buckball tournament rules that a goal is scored when an Earth Pony sends the ball into a basket, but it doesn't say which basket.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every pony knows you're not supposed to score in the
No,
empty
quibble
net.
about the rules.
But
Quibble!
rules don't say that. If that goal is ours, it's only 2-1 and we can keep playing.
Technically, he's correct. But the kid has to come in and stick her hoof in it and basically put an end to everything.
I don't want to. You're not a sports pony. It's not fun playing this game with you.
Where's my paycheck? I'm out of here.
Savage. But now comes a part of the episode I really thought was unfair. And later on it pays off, in as much as it wasn't as bad as we think it is. But in the heat of the moment, I really hated this character.
Trying to get her to like me.
I know, but I told you you didn't need to. You and I have to rethink all of this.
No, you are a bad person. You should not be... Ooh, I really don't like her now. Ooh.
What are you doing out here?
That is such a dick move to say to him. Because that is just a loaded phrase right there. And once again, being able to relate from an other side of that spectrum, being the fact that I've been where the kid is, having to see a parent of mine with other boyfriends, and I've had to be in the kid's place, it's like, yeah, I can understand. They try to get to know you and you don't want to. But at the same time, she should not have gone off and been such a colossal... It really, really got me. And I really don't like her because of it.
Apparently,
You should not be getting angry because he is trying to get
Come on,
to like
that
your
goal
kid.
scored for the other team was amazing.
That just proves how good of a guy he is.
Rainbow Dash,
And I hate it that I have to
the
say that.
Sportify idea was a big flop.
Oh, jeez.
We haven't even gotten started. I've got
Oh, this is legitimately annoying me now.
top-notch ideas to show you.
So Rainbow asks him to look at things a little bit differently. And we have a nice resolution to the events that have happened in the episode, where it's, rather than trying to impress her, just talk to her. Just see if you can talk. And so we do get a nice heart-to-heart moment, which, once again, because I can relate to the episode, spoke to me a little bit.
No, it's hard to imagine, but I'm really not all that sporty.
No.
I'm sorry I was trying so hard to convince
You
you.
have done a
otherwise, I just
180
really
way
wanted
too
us to
quickly,
get
Missy.
along, but I guess it backfired. Do you think we could start over? Maybe we could watch some of the tournament together and you could teach me some sports stuff?
So we've had a somewhat resolution. Amends have been made. We're going to see if we can bridge that gap. And so we finish by going to see the buckball game itself. Quibble's going to take some time with the young'un, because I can't remember her name because honestly she's that forgettable. But we take some time to see them two interacting, and both his willingness to adapt and learn and her willingness to just see where it goes actually means they have a genuine moment, which is nice to see.
I'll try to remember that if I ever decide to play buckball again. But I probably won't.
Huh. I guess this book's kind of cool after all.
And then this one has to come back and completely 180 herself in a way that really annoyed me.
Look, Sky, I know you're thinking of calling it quits between us, and after today, I don't blame you. But when did I just made a connection?
Calling it quits? What are you talking about?
You said you wanted to rethink things.
Yeah, things like having your friend help you pretend to be a sports pony so Wind would like you.
Oh, jeez.
What? I didn't. What?
And that is it for the episode. I was legitimately expecting more, and we didn't get it. That's all I can say. The episode came, and it went. So far, I can probably say this is the weakest one we've had going in, so if this is the low point, then that is acceptable, because it wasn't a bad episode. Once again, we still have not had a bad episode. And I may have missed out massive chunks and details, but that's because this episode for me didn't go anywhere. I would have much preferred it, like as I thought at the beginning it was going to be between buckball teams, and we were going to see team dynamics, locker room shenanigans, and an actual sporting event, rather than circumnavigating it and scooting around it and having that as a central conflict rather than an event. But for what we got, it was a nice Rainbow Dash episode. It actually showed a little bit of understanding and growth on Dash's part. Because back in Season 1, Season 2, she was arrogant as all get out. But as we've gone on, she's had family dealings and seen things happen. So to have her sit down and be this mediator in a family situation, which really is the opposite of her and Scootaloo. It was nice to see that she's now developed that understanding to do this. And Quibble wasn't as insufferable as he was in his debut episode, so that wasn't too bad. I'll hold my hands up and say that because of the connection that I have to it with the whole parent situation, there are probably things that I have majorly skipped over. One that I know I didn't comment on or show a clip of was the I don't want him to be dad moment, which probably will be in the bonus clips, because once again, this episode speaks to all the people that are in the same situation as me, parents that are in the same situation, kids that grew up in the same situation. It does speak volumes, and it was a powerful message. And, not gonna lie, it was handled fairly alright. In terms of what I'd give it, if we're gonna go on an average out of 10, this episode is... I hate to say... I'm probably gonna say it's a 5. This is middle ground so far. My ranking on it may change as the episodes go on, depending on if we get better ones or worse ones. But this stands at a solid middle ground 5 out of 10. It was an alright episode. There were many things that I wanted to see that we didn't, but they may be addressed further on down the road. I'm sorry that this one was seemingly a bit shorter than all the other thoughts and summary episodes, but that's because there was so little from this that I could take away to make funny. Because to me, it wasn't that funny of an episode. Most of my reactions are just me trying to make jokes, or just looking going... Which I know a lot of reactions are, but at the same time, in this new format, I don't want that to be all that's shown. There were a few bits that did get reactions from me, which are probably going to be what's shown throughout it. But tell me, what did you think of the episode? Did you like it? Did you think it was just a bit bland? Were there bits and details that I didn't pick up on that you did notice? Characters in the background, maybe? Let me know in the comments down below and tell me what you thought of the episode. And until the next episode, bye-bye.
Would pay for an autograph from my best friend Snails.
Barry, why are you paying? You live in Ponyville. Sport ball, yay!
I wanted to be first inside to experience the rain.
To be fair, he is exactly the same as me when it comes to football.
Would understand that. Big buckball fan. We'd have something to bond over, but I'm pretty sure she's on to me.
Here. Give it a
How
shot.
do I ball?
Easy.
Right in the face. Aw. I was hoping he was just gonna slug Rainbow Dash right in the mush.
Let's go watch some football.
That sounds awesome.
Fuck yeah!
I got you a little surprise. We're what?
So yeah, you're gonna lose. Also, was there a opponent that was upside down in the crowd there? I could have sworn I saw like two yeah! Oh, okay. I know they're reusing assets, but it might seem like they're meant to be back there going, yay. But it really looks like there's no heads. It's like they're upside down with their back legs. Oh, it looks so weird.
Probably
I can't unsee it.
Stretching is gonna make this okay. What
Oh,
are you thinking?
jeez.
Look, you
That's
gotta
so
do a
jarring.
wind sprint, and this just makes sense. Oh, weak.
Okay, again, not really making me feel better.
Good.
And your
You need to be
pet
torn
really
down to be
isn't
built back up.
anything having to do with athletics. But
That is
maybe
yak logic.
I'm not the pony you should have come to for.
I don't care how many ponies care about him. They're not gonna make me forget about Dad.
Oh, sweetheart. I know Quibble's trying too hard, but he doesn't want you to stop loving your dad. He just wants you to like him. And
So
I
wait,
think
is-
maybe there's enough room in your heart.
Is Dad alive? Is Dad dead?
Hey there.
What happened with Dad?
Because I have a confession to make, but I probably won't. Oh, look, Pinkie Pie's gonna flip and triple bounce the ball into the goal.
That wasn't a triple flip, that was a triple bounce.
You know that?
It's right here. Pinkie flips and triple bounce bucks.
Okay, fair enough, got it wrong.
83% of her shots
That's my
from the
bad.
northwest section of the
Hold my
field,
hands
when
up.
The wind is blowing from the east.
Wait, that was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. Oh, that.